The family secret that changed my life. My name is Sophie Miller, and for most of my life, I believed hardship was simply my destiny. Growing up, I was taught that family meant sacrifice, that no matter how heavy the burden, blood ties would keep us strong. But the truth? Sometimes the deepest wounds don't come from strangers. They come from the very people you call family. For years, I struggled. My shoes had holes, I lived on instant noodles, and student loans towered over me like prison walls. Still, I told myself, this is normal. My parents do their best. One day, things will get better. That illusion shattered on Thanksgiving night. I was sitting at my grandfather's long oak table, crystal glasses sparkling, golden turkey steaming, laughter echoing around the room. For a moment, I felt safe, like I finally belonged. And then, with a smile, my grandfather raised his glass and said the words that changed everything. "Sophie, I'm so glad to see you making good use of the education fund we created for you." The world froze. My fork slipped from my hand. My heart pounded in my ears. Education fund? I looked at my parents. My father's face turned red, my mother pale as snow. My cousins exchanged shocked glances, and my little cousin whispered, "Wait, she didn't know?" I whispered, "What fund?" My grandfather frowned. "The one we've been saving since you were born. $40,000 for your college. Haven't you been using it?" $40,000. I felt the air leave my lungs. Because no, I hadn't used it. Nobody had told me it even existed. While I drowned in debt, while I ate noodles night after night, while I worked 2 jobs to survive, my parents had stolen it. And in that silence, their guilt screamed louder than words. Finally, my father muttered, "We didn't think you needed to know. We used it for bills, for your brother." We didn't have a choice. My voice shook, but I forced the words out. You had a choice, and you chose to let me suffer. The room fell into heavy silence. For the first time in my life, I saw my family not as protectors, but as betrayers. That night, I walked away, out into the cold November air, with snowflakes stinging my cheeks and tears burning my eyes. I thought my world had ended, but sometimes endings are just beginnings. I stayed with a friend for a while, my grandfather. Heartbroken by what he discovered, helped me hire a lawyer. It turned out my parents' actions could be considered theft. The legal process was messy, painful, but it forced the truth into the light. And slowly, piece by piece, I began rebuilding my life. My grandfather insisted on transferring the remaining funds directly to me. With his help, I paid off most of my loans. For the first time, I could breathe without the weight of debt crushing my chest. I finished school. I got a stable job. I even started volunteering, mentoring kids who didn't have supportive families, so they would never feel as alone as I once did. And one day, as I stood in my small but warm apartment, surrounded by friends who truly cared about me, I realized something powerful. Family isn't always the people who share your blood. Family is the people who choose to love you, to lift you, to stand by you when the world feels heavy. My parents lost my trust forever, but in losing them, I gained something greater: freedom, strength, and a chosen family who will never betray me. So yes, I was betrayed, I was hurt, I was broken, but I also survived, I healed, and now I'm living proof that sometimes the darkest secrets can lead you straight into the brightest future.